Hi guys, I'm Dave and welcome to the channel, and today I'm going to be answering some questions that you, my followers, have been asking me.
Okay, first question. Peter MJ5 asks, best vehicle upgrades for a 1988 Defender?
Oof. So in 1988, I'd say you're probably going to want more power, and with more power you're going to probably want better brakes, so I'd say that's probably going to be your best pound for punch kind of thing.
Peter again asks, best brake upgrade for 1988 Defender? Master cylinder servo, bias valve, etc.
So I'd recommend giving Brian a call at Design and Development. He does some fantastic brake conversion kits. We fitted lots of them previously and we do like them. So go with that and then start messing with things like servos, etc., things like that.
110 Adventures asks, did you use low range much in Rodent when driving the sand dunes in Morocco?
So we put it into it, but what we found is that it's almost too low for sand dunes and it doesn't spin the wheels enough. Very hard, but when we were climbing, I think Rob did put it into low range, like third, and gave it hell with the M57, obviously, which helps having 350 horsepower on tap.
110 Adventures again asks, best transfer box ratio for a heavy M57 110 towing a car and trailer?
Right, so I would recommend the 1.2 ratio. We have gone 1003 ratio. We did do that in Ratty's 2.4 TDCi Puma, and it's just too tall, guys. So we've tried a 1003 ratio. It's too tall. If it's just a toy, you can get away with it, but if it's working, guys, go with the 1.2 ratio.
Jack T asks, how much realistically is involved in an M57 to 6-speed auto, professionally and DIY?
So we're actually doing one right now for Project Cagney, and you're looking, guys, about £30,000 installed by ourselves. That's a reconditioned engine, reconditioned gearbox, fully mounted, fully plumbed up, drive it home.
Ollie Myth asks, I remember you saying about tuned 300 TDIs in the video. What can you offer in terms of power?
So with the 300 TDI, you can go down the lines of VNT turbo, bigger injectors, tune your fuel pump. But just remember, guys, it's 2.5, older engine, so you're just going to struggle with getting the boost in there because the head is only so big, the valves are only so big. So unless you start doing lots of head work, which you can port and polish, I believe AMC do a nice head upgrade for the 300, which we've used in the past. And my advice is just don't go too wild with the fuel, guys, because one, it's embarrassing and the guy behind you won't like it, and your EGTs will go through the roof. As we found in Morocco, Mauro gave it full beans everywhere for about an hour and spanked a turbo, guys. Remember, those exhaust gases are dangerous when they get through the roof. What's the turbo doing now?
F1 Womble asks, when working on Defenders, what's the one must-have tool everyone should have?
So the one must tool, guys, is a socket set, a bag of cable ties, and a flexible GB clip tool. That's a must-have.
F1 Womble also asks, who makes the best cup of tea in the workshop?
Me, hands down.
You know how you like it, don't you?
Damn right.
There we go. Series and Spaniels says, ever considered a Mahker Classics offshoot? Just a theory.
What's he mean by offshoot, I wonder? You have to expand on that one, mate.
Tom C asks, have you considered the BMW N47 for series Land Rovers?
So I've not gone near the N series, guys, because my friend Steve, who builds these engines, rebuilds the engines when they catastrophically shit themselves, tells me that they're absolute toffee. I asked Steve if he'd come up to the workshop and do a voiceover, you know, and a bit of a talk about why the engines are so bad, and why he tells me not to fit them is because they're toffee, he says. He says that they were designed badly. He said BMW built a lot of design flaws with them, and he told me to keep away from them. He said, Dave, he said, until you really have to give up with the M57, he said, unless I buy one of his engines that's been reworked. I think there's issues with timing chains and tensioners and things like that, and he pretty much said, he said, Dave, he said, I think I'd upset a lot of viewers that like the N series, but it's something we're looking at doing.
Familiar face, Uncle Mauro asks, why are all your cars so fun?
So we pride ourselves on building cars that put smiles on people's faces and something different and also beautiful to look at. So there you go, Mauro.
Chad asks, Mahker Rentals, is this in the pipeline?
So Chad, I believe he's coming to get actually my blue 90 tonight. He wants to take it away and get some city photos actually. So Chad, you can borrow my car anytime, as long as you return plenty of content, you know that. But we're thinking about rentals, guys, but the insurance is absolutely ridiculous because everyone that wants to borrow them always wants to take them somewhere daft, and somewhere daft always involves maybe an accident or mud or rocks maybe. So unfortunately, it's not something we're going to be doing for some time unless we can get a decent insurance cover.
Tom Bentley, can you finance a build from Mahker?
That's a funny one, right? So we've looked into it. It can be done actually, but what we need to do is we need to have like a business plan of an end vehicle, if you like. So we've done it for a few clients, but the insurance company need to know that the vehicle is an asset at the end of it. So it's got to be 110%, as in we can't just, let's say, put an M57 in an old 300 TDI and expect to finance it, because the vehicle is never going to be worth that money. It has to be like the end goal of, let's say, a 2015 XS 90 or a 110, something very tidy that has some, you know, end salvage value to it.
Green Label Series says, nobody gets their Series Land Rover done over. We'd love to see them make a touch on their Series 3.
So there's a Series 3 actually in the process right now, and the engine is absolutely beautiful. And give me 6 weeks and I'll show you what we're doing with the engine. Just to give you a clue, it's going to be a 2.25 overboard with a nice carb, a nice inlet, and a very nice exhaust.
David M. Ing says, what are the plans for the future? Like what do you want to do to Defender next? Something you haven't done before.
So we're playing about with the B58 engine. That is going to be something that we're hitting hard in the next couple of months. There's been one hell of a, let's say, a learning curve of that engine. So finding the right clutch, finding the right flywheel. We've actually had our own flywheel machine from scratch, guys, for this engine because we couldn't find one. You'll find a lot of these boxes come with Tiptronic boxes, auto boxes, etc. So we've made our own, and we're also looking forward to getting that in the car because it's one hell of an engine, and it's petrol, and it also meets the ULEZ compliance for the London people and city people that are watching.
Last one for this video. Urban Valets ask, what's it like carrying the Land Rover world?
So Liam, you know the stresses and strains that go through me because you've become a good friend recently, and it's stressful. It's hard to keep on top of quality. It's hard to keep my guys well drilled to focus on that attention to detail, guys, because my motto is no shit leaves this shop. And unfortunately, we do make mistakes, guys, and I do hold my hands up. If my guys make a mistake or I make a mistake, I will put it right, guys. And there's plenty of my customers out there that will stand and vouch for me that if we make a mistake, we put it right. And if an engine lets us down, guys, we build another one. And if something else goes wrong, we do it again until it's perfect. So thanks again for watching, guys. You see this dry flange in my hand? They're for sale. They're coming into stock very soon. They're going to be £995. Lots of you are going to go, oh my God, they're expensive. For those of you that say that, turn it off now. I want people to buy these because they're beautiful. They're well engineered, built-in O-ring, end cap that comes off, no leaking end cap, another O-ring behind it, very well made, very well thought about. So get them bought. These will be on the website very soon. See you again soon. Bye-bye.